Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens, home of the Spicy Double Feature and the Paul Mescal Fan Club. I am your host, Carsen Green.
I am your other host, Annie Janes. This week's Spicy Dub is Gladiator 1 and 2. Or Gladiator and Gladiator 2.
Gladiator and Paul Mescal and Denzel Washington Rowing Down, Part 2.
Part 2. Gladiator 1 and the same movie, but Paul Mescal's in it. 2.
Gladiator 1 and the same movie plus CGI baboons. 2.
Oh, wait, well, let's get right into it. Let's start with Gladiator 2. It's the new one. It's what the people are here for.
Okay, period.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Did you hear that crowd? The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
Annie, please hit me with some facts.
Okay, this movie came out November 22nd, 2024. It was written by David Scarpa, Peter Craig, and David Frazzoni. It's directed by Ridley Scott. Yes, he is alive. And it's starring Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, and Pedro Pascal. It has a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the description from IMDb. After his home is conquered by the tyrannical... Actually, IMDb is dropping another major spoiler in this description, but I'm going to say it. So, and we will be spoiling the movie. So if you haven't seen Gladiator 2 yet, heads up, if you've seen the first and you want to hear that, you can look in the little timeline and we have time codes there and you can just scrub right to the part where we talk about Gladiator 1. It's sectioned off for your convenience. Anyways, here's a description from IMDb. After his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his past to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. Sound familiar? We've said it already, but I just got to say it again. This is almost the same exact movie as Gladiator 1. Like, it's the same but worse.
Yes, almost. However, and I'm going to make a potentially controversial opinion, I think that it is the same but better.
Whoa.
And let me go ahead and let me make my case.
Okay.
Let me make my case. Okay. Let me just get it out of the way. It is bloated. This movie is bloated. The plot is bloated. I think that we have too many A, B, C, D, E, F, G plots that I don't think are fully explored. However, I will say this. I think that it is advantageous and it delivers on a much grander scale than Gladiator 1 delivers. And my next point, this movie looks fantastic. It is so easy to watch. It's almost like fun to watch. It's very beautiful. It's beautifully shot. It's well edited. All of the acting is fantastic. However, and we'll get into it, I didn't really see the, quote, rage part that Denzel Washington kept harping on about Paul Mescal's character. I digress. I just think that it bit off just a little bit more than it can chew, but I appreciate that it bit it. And like I've said before, I saw the entire budget on the screen, and I love that. I live for that.
I think it's worth noting that you also watched this before rewatching the first.
I had never seen the first. Oh
my God, first time watch. I think that's worth noting because I think this is like significantly worse than the first movie. And because it's just doing those same beats. But that's also because I watched the first 7 days before watching this. But this is why I think it's worse. It's like It does the same beats of the main character's family is killed, then he's turned into a slave, And then that slave is turned into a gladiator. Yeah. And then that gladiator has to do the impossible task of like saving Rome. They both do that.
It is pretty beat for beat, yeah.
But in the second film, our main character, who's Paul Mescal, the family is killed immediately. So I'm like, okay, I guess I care. Versus in the first, it's like Russell Crowe's like, my family, my family, my family. And then they're killed and we're like, oh, that sucks. Then there's this absolute mess of the fact that Paul Mescal is somehow Russell Crowe's son.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the prince that's promised. And now he's, I forget her name, but the woman, we all know who I'm talking about. It's her son. And like all of that, and has this beef with Pedro Pascal. All of that to me is just not as like, I don't know, it just doesn't hit as hard as it did the first time. And when in the first one, Russell Crowe, who is a general turned slave turned gladiator, when he's the gladiator, he's giving orders because he was the fucking general. And when Lucius is giving orders, I'm like, and who the fuck are you? You're just some guy. Like all of that like character was stripped from it for me. And it's like all the same beats without any of the make sense. But I agree, it does look great. And we have Denzel, who was probably my favorite thing of the whole movie.
Listen, the man he knows how to play a villain. Okay, this is villainous. The fucking line when he was talking to a senator and the senator was like, all of the people of Rome are like, they're calling for whatever. They were protesting. They were rioting in the streets. And he's like, all the people of Rome are rioting in the streets. And Denzel just quips very quickly, like, well, then I will deliver the emperor's head on a spike. That's politics.
I just love that Denzel can be wearing like all this jewelry, all these robes, walking around Rome. And I just believe it. Everything that comes out of his mouth, I believe.
Yeah, completely gagged. And, you know, like, I appreciate his story, like, where, you know, he was once a slave, he was once a gladiator, he, like, went through all of this, he was able to earn his freedom, and now he's, like, moved into up the ranks, and now, like, watching him make deals and bets on gladiators and like rub shoulders with senators and get in good graces with the emperors, like that was really fun to watch. That was really like, I felt like that was a well-developed story, or at least a well-told story.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think his part in it, and I really liked the relationship between him and Paul Mescal. I thought that was really well fleshed out because, like, Denzel needed him to win. That meant that Denzel won. That meant that, like, you know, he had the best gladiator, and that meant something to the senators, to the court, to like the emperors, and so he needed Paul Mescal to win. And, I mean, Paul could give a fuck. Lucius could give a fuck. Like, he didn't care. You know, like, his wife died. He had no connection to, like, his family or his place in Rome. And so he, like, didn't really care about, like, helping him in any way. And so it wasn't, like, a symbiotic relationship. And I liked that, like, push-pull between those two characters.
Yeah. Comparing Denzel as a villain here, which we also get like the two emperor twins, which are villainous.
Who I loved, by the way. Yeah. I fucking loved them.
Especially Gold Tooth kid, the younger one. He was really great. But comparing them to Joaquin, again, Joaquin does it for me, not just because of him, but because the conflict in the first of like the emperor chose some other man other than his son to succeed him. Mm-hmm. And that and Joaquin is like the most despicable, punchable figure ever. Like when getting into, I know we're all over Gladiator 1, but that's the nature of it because the movies are the same, as we've said. When Russell Crowe finally gets to battle Joaquin and push that knife into his neck, I was like, fuck yes. I was so ready for that man to die. Versus in 2, while Denzel was truly like the gold star on this tree, when he fell, there was just so much more messing the plot up that it wasn't as significant.
Oh, interesting. See, yeah, by the end of it though, I was rooting for Denzel. Like he was playing a game.
That's true. Yeah.
He was
a different kind of villain where I don't know that I was rooting for him, but I don't know. It was sort of Game of Thronesy where it's like everyone's doing their thing and sometimes they're terrible and sometimes they're good. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, I just felt more resolve in the first. And more like this grand thing comes to a close, whereas here it's like Pedro, for a while I thought Pedro was like the whole point of this movie, and then he's out of the way like very quickly. And normally that's cool with me where I'm like, ooh, where's this going? I love that feeling. What I didn't love was like Paul being like, fuck that guy, I'm gonna kill that guy, and then on a dime he's like, you fucked my mom, we're cool. And same can be said with him and his mom. Like it was very weird that they made him not remember his mom at first. I could never tell when he did or didn't know his mom.
Yeah, that was a little confusing. I felt like that was part of the bloat that like wasn't fleshed out.
Yes.
It was like,
yes,
did
absolutely.
and then like by the time he like did kind of acknowledge her, I feel like it wasn't like him remembering. Like I'm sure he remembered, but like he was choosing not to acknowledge her
on a dime.
For their safety, for like her safety and his.
Yes. But then
that's what it felt like.
When he becomes on her side, it again felt like a 180. Like, now I love you. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Well, that was quick, you know? And same thing, like he's just like, fuck Rome. I don't like Rome. And now he's like, I'm going to save this place. It just all was like the bloat got in the way of these huge moments. I love a prince who is promised story. I love a mother separated from son story, but it was all too much.
Yeah. We weren't able to like be with the characters enough to like develop them or like understand their motivations or like what it like, or like be able to see their next move. And, you know, I fear that is a symptom of the genre. Like, I mean, it's like a historical action movie. Like, we're not going to get super into... I just didn't... I didn't walk away from it, like, unfulfilled. Like, that, I didn't get to know these characters. It's like, I knew them enough. It's like Rome times...
Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Etc. Yeah.
I just feel let down from the first comparatively, because in the first, like, I don't really know Maximus either. I feel like it is a genre thing. There's a lot of plot to deal with too, but
yeah.
It's just frustrating that it's treading the same ground, and then like all this new shit it can't even like execute properly.
Yeah. I think we could have cut like some big beats. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe the whole thing with Pedro. But then it's like, well, what would his motivation be for being a gladiator? And then it's like, well, maybe we could cut all the stuff with Denzel, but then it's like, why would we ever do that?
I think cut Pedro, yeah. cut Pedro. The writers can figure it out. He should have been wanting to return to Rome to claim his throne back. Like, he should have just wanted that. And he's like, I'm going to do it like this. And then that fails. He becomes a slave and he's like, I'm still fucking doing it or whatever. Like, get rid of Pedro, more Denzel, and give him a desire that's not the same fucking thing right off the bat. Like, let him just want his kingdom back from those stinky emperors. Like, that would have been fine. I did want to call out one thing I thought was way better than the first was any kind of combat that's hand-to-hand, fist-to-fist, sword-to-sword. The way it was shot, way better in this. Way less cuts, way more wide shots. I can see what's going on. The choreography rocked. That was way better.
Yeah, bro. And I just have to say, like, that is my number one gripe with Gladiator 1 is like, it's very confusing to watch. It is not clear to watch. And like, I'm sorry, I'm watching a movie. I'm watching an action movie. Where the fuck is the action? What's going on? Like, it was so confusing. I couldn't tell if it was like the cinematography, like the frame rate was off. I couldn't tell if it was like the editing was like not great. I was just like, I had the same problem that I had with Thor, like the last one that we watched with Natalie Portman, where I just like did not know where to look. On screen, my eyes were not directed. Like, I had no idea where to look or like when to follow, how to follow our characters. Like, I feel like that's fucking movies 101, bro. Like,
Ridley,
what?
You made Alien and Blade Runner.
That was my number one gripe, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why can I not follow this action sequence? Like, I'm sorry, I'm watching an action movie and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Bro, I think we got a lot better at showing action. 1, 2 of the time.
Yeah.
The edit is of the time. 3, like, I think that's like all they had to do back then. They were like, well, they're fighting. And it's just like a cloud. And you're like, yeah, that's cool. I do think that the tiger scene, which, you know, it's a real tiger because it's the year 2000, was shot well.
Yeah.
That was cool. And like, it was shot cleverly because, you know, they can only show the tiger so many different ways. But when the tiger first comes out and like he rolls away, I thought that was very cool. And some of those Coliseum scenes were still cool, but anytime it was just like hand-to-hand fighting, it was just like turn your smooth brain. You can't tell what's going on.
Yeah. And then too, I feel like in Gladiator 2, like, I really felt like, okay, this is like, the plot aside, I think that this is just a better looking film. I think like in this film, I was able to like see magnitude. I was able to like feel and understand what 50,000 people in a Coliseum looked like. I was able to like feel and understand like the sun beating down on them and like wrestling in the dirt. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the experience of Gladiator, like that whole fight, like from like the slave quarters, like on the outskirts of town into Rome, like I just felt like I saw and understood that experience so much more than I did in the first movie.
And do you think that's like how it was shot, or like being in a theater so you can see it all? Like, what do you think it was?
I think it was how it was shot, and probably it had a lot to do with the effects, would be my guess.
Yeah, because they can actually do them now. Yeah. Like,
yeah. I think it just like is a testament to like what 24 years of filmmaking we've been able to achieve. And for that reason, I preferred, like, I just had a much better time watching the second one.
I want to know, what did you think of all the Coliseum shit? We have CGI animals. We have the boats section, which apparently they did fill the Coliseum with water.
wait, like historically?
Yeah, they did. But like, I don't think that they trailered in sharks from the ocean. Like, that seems difficult. But they did fill the Colosseum with water.
Listen,
What a feat.
okay, I lived, laughed, loved all of the Colosseum stuff. I lived, laughed, loved all the fighting. Like, I was for it. Okay, that's why I went to see this movie. Was to watch gladiators doing gladiator shit. And this movie delivers, bro.
Yeah.
It does. Even from the very first fight of him biting the monkey's arm.
God.
That was brutal, dude. And then, okay, I really liked, like, the follow-up scene of him going to lunch, and then, like, all the other slaves started doing, like, monkey noises, and then he laughed. And
Yeah.
I felt like I got to know his character a little bit. It was like, oh, he's quick to laugh. Like, he has a sense of humor. Like, he has a little humility.
Yeah, he's
I
not
don't know,
full of
it's just
himself. Like,
like-
he doesn't get mad. Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
The monkey was hard to watch. Like, it made me uncomfortable. I didn't like how fast they moved, and my brain, like my monkey brain, went, how the fuck would you survive that? Like,
They wouldn't.
no. And that, like, I'm like, there's no fighting that. That is so crazy. So made me really uncomfortable. CGI didn't look that great, unfortunately, all the time.
No. Mm-hmm.
Rhino, that was cool. That was fine.
That was cool. Yeah.
Filling the thing with water, cool. Sometimes I didn't know what was going on in that one, but whatever.
Yeah.
And last thing I wanted to point out is that the swords were killing me. Like, they looked like really fake bad prop swords. Like, I could see inside the handle. And they looked, at all times, they looked like absolute shit. And I wondered if anyone else noticed or if it was just me. Yeah. And the music did not stand out to me. Whereas in the first one, the music, like, hits. But I also would listen to that soundtrack.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's jump into talking about.
Should we score this
number one.
first?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. It was fun. I'll never watch it again.
That's funny. I'm giving it a 6.
Okay.
This is saying a lot about what our Gladiator 1 scores are gonna be. Okay, let's talk about Gladiator 1.
I'm required to kill, so I kill.
Tell me your name.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom.
Are you not entertained?
Today I saw a slave become more powerful than the Emperor of Rome.
Annie, hit me with some facts, please.
Okay, this came out in the year of our Lord 2000. It was written by David Franzoni, John Logan, and William Nicholson, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen, Oliver Reed, and Richard Harris. Here's the description from IMDb. A former Roman general sets out to exact revenge against the corrupt emperor who murdered his family and sent him into slavery. It has an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. It won Best Picture and Best Actor in a Leading Role that year. It was also nominated for
What?
Oh yeah, it was also nominated for like a million other things.
What? What? Sorry. Best Picture?
Yes, bro. I think you gotta check this one. You gotta revisit this one day, knowing the prestige. But I also like. It's also good to not know the prestige as you watch something.
I mean, I knew it was revered. I knew that people loved it. I did not like watching it. It did not strike me as a Best Picture winner. No, not at all. And for this, like, for all the reasons I'm saying, like, it was difficult to watch. It was like, what the fuck is going on? And I think it's just like of its time.
I'm trying to see what it was up against. But
Aaron Brockovich, A Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Nice.
Chocolat, and Traffic. That's so crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. nominees. Boy, how far we've come. And then he was up against Jeffrey Rush in Quills, never heard of it. Ed Harris in Pollock, never heard of it. Tom Hanks in Castaway, damn, that's crazy. Javier Bardem in Before Night Falls.
Maybe Tom Hanks should have won for Castaway.
I mean,
he was alone in every shot of that film. But as far as Best Picture goes, I still have yet to see Aaron Brockovich. That's a blind spot for me, myself, and I. But Crouching Tiger, I kind of wish that one instead of Gladiator. But
dude,
that's me.
Aaron Brockovich is my genre. Like, that is...
It's your hyperfixation. Eternal hyperfixation. Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, Gladiator 1.
Okay, let me just say that I feel like it's so interesting that the plot was both too fast and too slow. Like, let me explain. Tell me why Joaquin Phoenix was pouring his heart out and dropping tear 25 minutes into the movie. Like, he was like literally having a full-on emotional breakdown. And like, I didn't know or care about this character. And I kept hearing like, oh, Joaquin Phoenix gives an incredible performance, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. But it's like, I don't think that like his character was given enough room to breathe.
Ooh,
like, I would
really?
have just liked to have seen, I would have just liked to have seen like a more organic evolution of like what's going on. Or, like, what his motivations are. But, like, of course, Marcus Aurelius has to die really quickly. And
he kills Marcus Aurelius.
Which, okay.
I thought all of that is, like, classique. That is film 101. That is story 101. I thought that was perfect. To me, what is maybe off-kilter is Joaquin's performance. And that performance sometimes can rub people the wrong way. It is like it's hit or miss for people. Like, I think he was just going too hard too fast, but I think all the plot is there. Like, his freaking father is telling him, I'm so sorry, I should have told you I loved you more, but yeah, you're not the emperor. And this other guy is, who I told to his face I wish he was my son. And women never love you, including your sister. Like, I don't know. All of that was there for me. I think it was a Joaquin problem. But that's just me.
Damn.
Sorry, Joaquin. But a lot of people think that about this performance. Like, it's kind of
I just felt like it was all a little much.
It is a lot.
I will say, and then too, like, the whole, it was like, yes, we get all of that, like, explained to us word for word, you know, like, as your father, I don't love you. And then after that, it was kind of like, I don't know, just like not spelled out enough, but also spelled out too much. I can't specifically describe to you, like, but all I like, the way that it feels, it is both too fast and too slow. And then too, it's like in the way that Gladiator 2 was kind of bloated, this felt like very thin and like, but also simultaneously like not explored enough to rationalize a 2-hour and however many minute runtime.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. When we saw Honora last week, the too fast and too slow was my friend's criticism of Honora. But her, when she said that, I think what she was meaning was like, the movie feels fast, but the scenes were long. Like, it was a pacing thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not remembering the pacing of Gladiator 1. It is very of its time too with that. Like, it does feel older. It is simpler though, like thinner.
Yeah.
I think it could have been like one more pass of that script, bro. One more edit.
Yeah.
Ooh, because it is long. But the the cultural significance on this bad boy, dude. Hand in a wheat field. We have still not escaped that shot. Are you not entertained? We're still quoting that daily. Like, a lot of the lines were killing me. Like, I loved them. Like at my signal, unleash hell.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of lines I wrote down like that were just like bangers.
Yeah. Are you not entertained? No, that's good. I mean, I was rooting for Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And simultaneously rooting for the complete destruction and downfall of Rome. So I was having conflicting feelings.
He wants Rome, like, he wants to, like, change it in a way. Like, he's trying to take it, like, change it from an empire, which is huge. It is like the downfall of Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, also what I love about this movie is, like, the last act. Like, him, when they're, like, hatching this plan, one, it just feels impossible. Like, the task of, like, you're telling me a gladiator is going to try to be the king, or, you know, whatever, like, in charge? Like, how are you adding that up? And then they do hatch a plan that could work, and I'm in on it, and he just has to meet this one guy. And I absolutely love that part where he sees Cicero, I think is his name. And he's like, oh my God, he's there waiting with the horse. Like, it's all coming together. And then Cicero's like, bah, wait. And the horse runs away. He's like, he gets hung because he was like strung up. It was a trap. That shit, that was good. That was fucking good.
No, that was really good. And it using that plot device of like nothing coming together and the plan not coming to fruition. I love that. Like, I feel like we don't do that enough. I feel like it was exciting. I will admit I did like all of that. But maybe it's just because I was like rooted, like at that point I just wanted all of them to die.
If you think about Gladiator 2 now, they're same thing where they have a plan. They're meeting the troops, and then that kind of gets fucked up. But to me, I was less like woo about it. But both of these, you know what these two movies made me want to watch was The Last Duel.
Bro, I love that movie.
Yeah, me too. Ridley Scott. And he's doing like Colosseum shit in that movie.
Oh my God, that is a far superior movie to both of these.
I don't know, dude. I really like Gladiator 1.
That's crazy. I think, like, honestly...
Yeah.
It's just really, like, my issues were, well, I think it's just a man movie. It's a boy movie for sure. No offense, Annie. And then it's also just like, we have just come so far in terms of action movies that this just feels so old fashioned and out of fashion and just like antiquated. I'm like, was there even a choreographer on set? Like, what is going on? How did we get away with this?
This is such a funny like lens to look at these movies through. Like, what did boyfriend Chris say at your response? And why do you think he said that you watched it in the correct order?
Well, okay, he said this before I watched Gladiator 1. And he said it because I think
save the best for last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, watching 2 hours of Paul Mescal being hot and charming, and then watching fucking Russell Crowe be sweaty and like have bad choreography, I was like, this sucks.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. It feels like, I know we're not Gen Z, but it feels like the Gen Z, that's going to be the Gen Z take for some reason, because like they have no affinity to Gladiator 1. So they're just like, well, the action was bad because it was.
It literally was.
But to me, I'm like, it's more than the action. It's like that score is iconic, and just like the story. I'm way more invested in the story, but again, I had seen this. Like, I had affinity for it already.
I will say, I knew that Russell Crowe dies in the end. Obviously, it's like it's a shot in Gladiator 2. I was like, oops, spoiler alert. Oops. I had no idea that Joaquin Phoenix died.
Oh, okay.
That was a pearl clutcher for me. I was like, wait a second.
Yes.
And
the death is so satisfying.
I mean, yeah, it is satisfying. Yeah, oh my God. I'm just thinking back to, like, it's literally, like, scene for scene. It's basically, they just basically made the same exact movie. You know what he did? He was like, okay, we can do the action better now. Let's make it again. And get Pedro Pascal. Yeah, yes. That'll make it better.
I think he forgot that he did it already. Like, Ridley, you already did this. And he's like, no.
You know, and I have to say, like, we do get the one token black guy in Gladiator 1. In Gladiator 2, I like, that's another thing, that's like a scale thing that I noticed, is like, I noticed a bunch of people of color in the crowd in Rome. Like, it was like they made a point to show like how diverse Rome was, right? And I thought that was cool. That was dope.
But in Gladiator 1, way better character. Like, that is my boy. Like, that is our man in Gladiator 1, all the way to the fucking end. Okay, Gladiator 1, I'm giving it an 8.
Damn.
Yes. Academy Award winner Gladiator, (1).
You're romanticizing it, bro. You are.
I had a great time. And I watched it on the home theater, and I wonder if that helped. Home theater is a projection in our bedroom.
I mean, maybe. You know, I just kept, like, I was watching it, and I was just bitching and moaning the entire time. I don't know. It's like, it's fine. Whatever. It's 4, 5.
5, 4.
Let's say 5.
6.5. 6.5.
For posterity, I'll give it a 5.
So yeah, that feels good. 6. So it's a 6.5. Gladiator 2 is a 6. Sorry, Carsen. But I can't wait for the listeners to write in on this. I hope y'all do.
Yes,
because this is a hot take, bro. This is one of your hottest. The Beetlejuice
is it really?
Was extreme. Oh yeah, Beetlejuice was extreme, but I'm here for it and I get it. This, I'm like, this is wild. This is like extra hot habanero spice of a take, but I love it.
Well,
live your truth.
You know what? That's it. I'm just literally, I'm not afraid to live my truth. I'm not afraid to say that this movie gave me a headache.
Nope, don't just say it.
Okay, well, yeah, listener, write in. What did you think? Do you think I'm wrong, flat wrong, dead wrong? Write to us on Instagram at Movie Mavens, or write us an email at moviemavenspodcast@gmail.com. If you have a recommendation for next week's spicy dub, let us know. And that's it. Movie Mavens all the way out.